Hmm. Okay. So it is October 12th, 11:55. Oh my goodness, Leela. 11:55, October 12th, Thursday. Little girl. She's like all over the place. So yeah. What's up? See one person logged in, which probably will log off. Okay. I've yet to log off. But anyway. Okay, there they are. So hello, what's going on? I wanted to come up on here because I know that there's a lot of BS going on right now in regards to, my justice and the abuse that's been going on against me. And right now, why the title of this video called "Let's Cut the Crap," where the abusers are victimizing themselves. I'm pretty sure there has been just an influx of people who have been advocating and figuring out like, gee, wow, she's been innocent this entire time, and that there's been people over here projecting and doing the absolute most in unjustified and unprovoked ways in order to try to, well, not to try to, but really in order to try to silence me, but definitely in order to bully me, and also to try to take me out. So it's crazy on how all of that, and I've just been doing collecting some things so I can always show it all collectively. um I've went through some of my material in order so I can like gather it, things I've been collecting throughout the years, and I want to put it all in one. It's gonna be chopped up in different places, segments of videos, but I, pardon me, I want to have it all in like majorly together. I want everything cohesive. I want it to the point where like I'm not just kind of letting a lot of time go by and lapse as I'm searching for everything, because there's a lot of information. In fact, I probably won't be able to show you guys everything, because as many files and screenshots and all like that I've taken, it's gonna take me. Leela, Leela, come here, come here. You see this little shop? See that that little hair? I'm sorry, y'all. She looks like critters, bro. Leela, yeah, woman, like what's the ish? You look crazy. It's literally about to be October. It's literally about to be Friday the 13th, and you're over here looking super dazed and serious. That's hilarious. Nigga, fluffy tail on. Go on, get. Wish I could quit you. Go on, get. Yeah, fluffy tail. Lily, Mimir. Looking real crazy right now. All right, go on, do a little thing. Up. You mamas. Thank you, mamas. Good girl. Ooh, sorry. Here, up this way. Right here. Right there. Eli. Yeah, good girl. Thank you. Good girl, mama. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Actually, you just kind of dolphined your nose up at me. Hold on. Girl. I'm doing chicken or salmon. Chicken or salmon. Okay. Woman. Woman. Okay. Okay. All right, now no, you place. No, shut up. Okay, so demons gone. For a while. Oh my gosh, yo, doesn't she look beautiful? And yeah. So I should say, all right. So yesterday, considering that right now it's officially October 13th, 12 a.m. Lila, it's darkness. She's like, whatever. All right, anyway. It's October 13th. Oh my god. So actually what I want to do, I think tonight will actually be great. So I'm wearing this, and as you can see earlier, I was wearing this for work today, but I did some screenshots earlier today, and unfortunately my phone was funny because sometimes it gets hacked by my abusers. Anyway, I was one of the things I wanted to do is a Drew Barrymore scream kind of look. 'Cause I mean, this look definitely like looks the part, and of course I'm just going to look. This shirt is not like horribly. I wore it for today, and I'm gonna wash it, but I want to wear it for like a skit. Did I say Halle Berry? No, Drew Barrymore. What's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite scary movie? Something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be cute. I see the vision. And the other day too, I had did some screenshots also of I did some screenshots too of Julia Roberts when she had on that the blonde wig, but I'm gonna keep it black. It's all about consistency with the black wig. So it's the black wig that I'm doing with Lila. There's no more treats, baby, baby, baby. Give it the ghost. It's gone. You had enough. You had that, and you had some sausage. Like, come on, put it. No, I literally see you. No, she's looking like, damn that. Angry, tail it away. Angry, tail it away. Exactly. That's right. Look at yourself. Look at me. You know better. Exactly. All right. So anyway, um, she's so funny. She's so funny. That's what it means. All right. It's hilarious. All right. So yeah, I wanted to do this right here because of that and the Julia Roberts was it Pretty Woman's skit scene situations. I still have a few that I wanted to do, but I thankfully I recorded it because my abuser is a copycat. So the right now her spiel is, oh look, Shalise is copying after me, when literally I've mentioned the things that I've said I was going to do, and because I've been covering my ass, I place it down on my phone. So like I don't go back into the I don't go back into that specific note, because once you do, as soon as you make an edit, it's going to refresh it and update it to the recent edit. So no, I keep everything literally like boom, boom, boom. I don't touch it. In fact, I send, even if I make like a voice recording, I send that voice recording over to a note, and then I save it, and I don't even touch it, because like, again, I want everything to be fucking accountable. And so what I'm going to do is just that for every video and content that I'm doing in the future, I'm going to tether that to my notes, so that way I can show you like, okay, look, this is actually me that did it first, and I'm showing it straight from the source, no edits, no nothing, just straight from the source, because this is really freaking, this is like very petty and minuscule that this person is doing at the very bottom, like at the very baseline of all the offensiveness that all the offensive, disrespectful things that this person has done against me, let alone the other atrocities. So I was watching this video of this woman who is in tears and in shambles. she was making a lot of references, which seemed to be like something towards myself. It was very kind of like, okay, so see, this is the thing. There are some people like, okay, I understand. Like I've told you before multiple times that I am, for reasons of hope and humanity, and I was that gullible. I am, I don't believe that I'm the only person that's like myself, really. Like, I believe that there are unicorns out there, black butterflies, if you will. Well, within the black race, I think they're black butterflies. But I believe that there are unicorns out there of all varying races who can have that kind of like flair or something like that. But for some fucking reason, people just seem to want to just really be obsessed and try to follow me and have a parasocial relationship and just be like, oh my god, like no, you've searched and you're just only really like one you, and so why we gotta copy you and things of that nature, and that's really unhealthy. That's not healthy, Ken. I gotta tell you that it's not healthy. Um, Nonetheless, it also attracts abusers who want to put me down for no justified reason. It's like kids or teens. Worse if it's like some drunken asshole adults or something like that. I like to throw rocks at a dog that's outside in the cold, tethered to a pole. Like that's on some dumb shit. Like that's literally the energy that a lot of people have been giving me for years. And it was just like, that I'm abused. You see that I'm abused. And rather than, advocate for my freedom and for my, and against the injustices that I'm going through, you'd rather participate in the abuse, looking like, a fucking dumbass, really, just like a stupid being that's just emerged in not just toxicity, but the way how I feel like with toxicity is just, strict bullying somebody for a day or something like that. But like what the fuck this was going on was an all out hate campaign, a targeted hate campaign that people dedicated themselves to. They woke up to be a fucking abuser. This is more than just toxicity. This is violence. This is this is like, this is like internet violence. This is and off screen, this is you guys paying people in order to poison my foods, in order to harm me because it still made you laugh. It was very fun for you. Whole entire time you were inspiring other people to do the same thing, to either use like, to you passively, not even knowing it was probably you in the group chats they were allying with, but then but you happen to have like a sad ass personality or something like that, or just somebody wanted to, for shits and giggles, do the same nasty thing to your food or whatever like that. It was all cyclical. It was all cyclical. Anyway, I have more to discuss about that in a future video because I just wow. But I'm referring to the abusers now. I'm not referring to the unicorns. I'm referring to the abusers. But I needed to say that because people were really thinking that they had some type of you know power when it was just like, no, you're making shit like really worse for all of us. And I told you so. So many fucking times, and you guys kept making it worse and worse for yourself. But I digress. Recently, very recently, I had just seen this woman in shambles, crying, and it really seemed disingenuous. The longer I listened to it, and she was using some references and seeming like it was like some triangulated information. Definitely was some lies that I heard about myself in regards to my upbringing, and I'm just like, please stop, please, just that's so fucking disgusting. Um, yeah, that's really really gross. So now there's this situation where the abusers are victimizing themselves. Like, how dare you talk about the things that we've actually been through, as individuals, and how dare you assassinate, our identity or what it is that we're doing. And it's just like, come up off it. Seriously, come up off it. It's it's really transparent. It's really like sniveling. Stop. I threw a little aluminum ball. Like, I had a pastry. Well, it's like, yeah, I had a pastry, and she likes pastry, but she can't have this pastry. However, I did not want to deprive her of the smell of it because it does smell delicious. Are you done? Anyway, so I ate it. Ate the pastry. I'm waiting for her to make some weird sounds or something. So I ate the pastry, and then I rolled up the aluminum ball that was in the pastry. Um, and then I threw it, and then she's just, she's going hog wild, hog wild. It's like ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just hoping that she didn't put it next to the litter box because I'm like, don't do it, Lila. Anyway, I think this means work in sign language, American Sign Language. Yeah, I think it's like work, 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 work. That's literally like the motto. Anyway, the abusers are behaving like the victims, and that's so transparent. Why? Because it's historically a like an expected event that happens throughout time, throughout the dawn of ages, throughout the dawn of time. The abusers would victimize themselves because how dare you punish us for the offenses made. It's very rare for anybody to actually walk the mile and be like, yeah, I did it. It's bad, and either you say it proudly or you say it bad. So anyway, the girl that was in shambles, in addition to her triangulating misinformation about me and mixing it with information that about my past, like very light, like she will say something about like so like uh some people died early on when she was young, and then they'll mix it in with a bunch of lies, and I'm just like, "Ew." Or like her personal experience, and I'm just like, I'll let that be, like I'll let that happen, I'll let them have it. But when it comes to basically, I think she basically what I got from there is that she was saying some things, and I would imagine that it caused an uproar on a social media platform, in which uh, people decided in droves to address her. Obviously, it had to be in a negative sense, or she would not be in shambles. But it was just like I imagine she said something probably very blunt and out of pocket to somebody. But if it was on her platform, that I actually, if that was on her platform, she had every right to. I mean, hey, that's your platform, right? If you come on somebody else's platform and you do that, then you're open to get you're open to get it. You're open to get it. Like I remember when went into like a forum, I was just like, yo, like if y'all want to say something, then go ahead and say it. And I was just like, yo, and I bop, 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 all of them. Because I was just like, yo, I knew what to expect. I knew what to expect. And this is like they said my name kind of in a wrong way. And I was like, you know what, let's dead this. And it apparently was just like, no, people were like really livid. And a lot of people also were very titillated because they just love to just like, okay, wow, like that was funny. Like, what else is she gonna say? Like, what else can she say? Like, this is just wow. I'm just like, you missed the point entirely. So no, I'm backing out of this, and I'm dipping. But I left a lot of you guys like, just yeah, in shambles of your own. But I did appreciate somebody really giving me props for that. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, thanks. Again, you missed the picture, but appreciate it. I'll take it for the compliment that I know it's meant to be. Well, I mean, it was a compliment, but it was just like, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to really stay up on here for that much long because I really want to do a longer video in reference to the abuse, because right now a lot of people who are being addressed for all the abuse that they've done, a lot of them are not going to go down quietly, or enough of them, well, maybe not a lot, but enough of them just may not want to go down quietly, or or be accountable, or anything like that, they're gonna bitch, whine, and cry. Okay, there's gonna be a, oh my god, why are you doing this and everything like that, and then throw it in with some yelling. It's again, it's crazy because you would imagine that when you yourself are being so fucking hypocritical, no, excuse me, hypercritical and nagging and shit like that, that you yourself would be welcome and open to the same kind of the same kind of treatment. You know, uh, you want to treat others how you wish to be treated. So obviously, if you were treating somebody, with a really hateful bias nature, very judgmental, nagging, critical, helicopter, false caring, and things of that nature, just so you can mock and belittle them, then naturally, you would want to have that same kind of attitude and a display sent right back to you. But no, shockingly, it's not, it's not for these people. They want to meet you, especially if you know how to speak, especially if you know how to clap back and you have a mouth on you. That definitely gets you in trouble sometimes. Ever since I was a child, like, yeah, it's just like, stop it, please. Let's not. Like, I mean, yes, I am an Aries and I have a Virgo 12th house, but I also have a Sagittarius. I do believe I have a Sagittarius Mercury, but I was raised by a Sagittarius and a Gemini, and uh, and a Pisces father, and a Capricorn stellium, and a Scorpio South Node. So it was just like it just and I was a voracious reader at the time, and I used to write books and things of that nature when I was a kid. So it's just like, for what it's worth, I do have that natural. Oh, and Aquarius placements too. Heavy, well, not heavy, but in some nice places. But it's just overall, you're gonna get it, especially with the heavy Aries placements. I mean, this is for people who obviously give a fuck about zodiac signs, but people who don't. Let's just say that I was raised by two independent women, well, 1.5 independent women, a very independent grandmother, and I was raised by witty people, and on my own, in the midst of being a very responsible young adult, I took it upon myself to just, I liked watching certain kind of movies, from things like, like the Richard Pryors and things of that nature, but also independently, I just had a more creative mind. And so it's just like, it was like bam, 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 bam. Um, yeah. So that's, I mean, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. So yeah, when you come to me with certain kind of like insults and things of that nature, bam, I can immediately think of something. But I do use my overthinking to be like, okay, okay, hold up, brace it, back it up, because this is it worth it? And also, sometimes I take it too far. I realize that. It's just like because I'm definitely the person who just like I don't go for the hardest thing first. I wait for a while to see exactly how you're going to carry this tone, because there's never a moment where I'm going to start shit with you. I rather go more light and bubbly with things than the shit talking thing. But for some reason, I think a lot of people see that whole light and bubbliness and want to try to fuck with it. But like people's insecurities really jump out, and then they want to say some shit out the side of the neck, and I'm just like, oh no, 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 no. Like, even I think also having been like the second eldest, having to take care of younger kids, it was just like naturally you had to have a mouth on you in order to like if you weren't going to bow. you're you're annoying behind either siblings, cousins, or whomever like you're babysitting. You would use their mouth on you because you know that they would say some shit. They say it themselves. People who say the meanest, realest shit are kids, people who are mad, and people who are drunk. And honey, I've hung out with all three when I was a kid. So naturally, when it comes to people being like really fucking out of pocket, I'm just like, yo, you definitely have to know how to fucking carry yourself. And me, I was always a pretty person, and I was always the tallest one in like wherever I went. So a lot of that thing just kind of definitely built up my resilience in regards to just in trying to, protect people and stand up for them and things of that nature. And just also kind of be more kind of like, kind of easygoing with life. So when people put down all these lies and stuff about me, I'm very disgusted by it naturally. But I always know of like who it is that I am as a person. I've always been that I've always been the confident one, but I've always realized other people's insecurities. So I was like, okay, okay, I see where this is going. And then sometimes I had to like, break away from those people, and then they would use their manipulation tactics or their tears. Like, oh my god, like right now, as I'm saying this, it's just like, oh shit, all right, it's happening again. So when there's moments when people would definitely try to like use their tears or something like that in order to get like oh, you're being too hard on me, and I'm like, well, you were doing some great some you were saying some really crazy, outlandish and offensive things, like, so yes, either I really don't want anything to do with you, or they're like, oh, but please, like, I promise I won't do it again, and like I'm just so it's just insert excuse. And he was just like, oh, it's just and I'm like, oh god, can you shut up? All right, fine then, fine, all right, fine. And then they'd be really careful, but then I found out that they be doing they do that same thing, but just behind my back. And this is why I don't mess with them. And it went to the extreme where this shit has literally circulated through the government, and they have used the government in order to help them facilitate a regime to abuse me. And to this day, this is a human zoo kind of environment that I'm in, and people are trying to make it seem like this is something that I should be okay with, that I should be okay with it, and also comfortable and patient through this shit. And I'm just like, yeah, nah. I have no patience for this. I don't have any compassion for this, no sympathy for this, and there's absolutely nothing that is making any of this worthwhile or makes me believe in man. I don't mind listening to kind of these videos in order to just kind of kill time. But as far as actually believing what people say, it's just like actions definitely speak louder than the words. And people have spent over a decade doing nothing but talking. So it's Mm, I was thinking something in that. That's just very on time. Okay. So yeah, basically I think someone can just kind of really kind of just like kind of I don't know. I feel like those are more so crocodile tears, whether they're genuine or not. But it's just like there's too many people. Like the abusers really, really show their asses, and you deserve your comeuppance when it comes to the offense that you've done. So I'm not holding back in regards to what it is that I need to say regarding everybody's behavior. And I just see a lot of the people who are perverts, pick me's, jealous people, incels, domestic abusers, racists, opportunists, capitalists, people who, were making a profit off of my abuse, parasocial relationships where they have an entrenched connection, one-way connection with me, and they feel very possessive. All those people right now are being defensive as fuck, where they don't want to be held accountable for any of the bullshit that they've done. And instead of actually actually even taking like a modicum of responsibility or acknowledgement of how fucked up this was, they just rather try to throw spears and daggers at the people who are holding them accountable. And it's disgusting because, like, who are you as a resource? And like, what good are you? You want to identify yourself as somebody who's supposed to have like your voice. You want your voice to fucking matter. But look at what you're speaking up for. You're speaking up for to abuse somebody who doesn't deserve to be abused. You don't deserve to be a leader. You don't deserve to be a resource for information. You don't deserve, like, these are things that not only that you don't deserve, but it's just like it's overdue for those titles and those privileges to be stricken from you. It's time. You don't have any say so when it comes to the authority or what somebody else should be doing with their life when you yourself are living despicably. This horrible. Like, stop it, stop it. And I know it's giving you guys, so much animosity, and you're just shaking your boots, shaking right now. I'm pretty sure whatever gadget or whatever like that you're watching me from, probably your phone, like your hands are just shaking. And you just probably got me like you probably got whatever little screen or whatever like that. You probably got me minimized so that way you can vehemently talk about me in your group chats. Ooh, I hate her. She's a shooter. You're a coon or whatever little color, race, whatever creed is, take your pick. It's just like, why should I care about you when you are literally the one that's coming to me and you've shown your inferiority? And you really have been not an anchor as like you're holding somebody down supportively, but you're holding somebody down um, hatefully. It's just I really rather save it for the PowerPoints and stuff like that. Because even if I don't happen to go through each and every fucking PowerPoint with you guys, you will have it right there and ready. Okay, like a little Caesar's pizza. Okay, 5 minutes and it's done. Like boom, access. You can just briefly peruse it, go into the search bar, put down keywords, boom. Okay, Little Caesar's red hot pizza. There. 5 minutes. You can find the answer to, you can find either the answer or the thing to disprove your fucking claims in order to try to save your ass. Am I smug? I don't know. I don't think so. Considering that I've been abused. I think smugness is really reserved for people who have in like in a non-violent kind of situation. More so in a moment where it's just like an ego arrogance kind of situation, but mine is more so of a of a justified kind of I told you so kind of situation, and it's just like based on violence that you've done to me repetitively and very boastfully, I might add. Anyway, I think the thing, yeah, it was crazy seeing those projections about people thinking, saying that I was doing drugs or I had like an addiction or I was a prostitute. That's what I said I wanted to do the Pretty Woman one, because the one about people like really making the assumptions about like me being a slut and things of that nature. I was just like, stop it. I mean, like you kind of have to. I'm a slut for food, my man. Well, when I get a man, and also for a flash sale. It's just those kind of things. I mean, yeah, and it's just really wild on how you can have similarities with people who would understand, um, somebody who's open-minded or can even not want to judge you based off on your life choices as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, who decides to take upon themselves and not only wants to judge you, but attract other people to judge you too, and then lie about you in order to really fuck up your character, so therefore you can be like isolated and alone for unjust causes. And that's what you guys were responsible for. Don't try to make yourself seem like a victim, because it's just like, oh, she's attacking me because of, I'm overweight. Oh, she's attacking me because no. Those right there, those are tactics for distractions. You need to keep up. You need to keep up, because I will. See, this is why people have been doing things behind my back, because they know I'm not with the shits. Okay. Even like, when it came to family and things of that nature, like, yo, they were always I definitely, I don't know why, but it was just like there was never a point to really argue with me, because I will only be combative when it's just like something that was definitely unjust. If it was something that was definitely in the matters of a wrong that I agreed with, I'd be quiet. Or if it was something that I had actually did that but was like, unintentional, I'd still be quiet because I'm just like, oh wow, like okay, I see how this is from your perspective. Like, oh wow, that's really fucked up. But if you really try to victimize yourself, knowing goddamn well that you're just trying to like, gaslight me or trying to make yourself, trying to have like a excuse me, trying to have it in a moment where you're just trying to escape accountability for your stupid behavior, then no, no. I'm a person who knows that we are all flawed in this world, but we are. Oh my god, did it? This really? Oh, this is scratch. God damn it. Oh my god, I totally. Nina. Okay, bro. Okay. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the face, and I have errands to do and things of that nature. So yeah, I will chat with you guys later. But yeah, I just think this is pretty silly, and I think the rumors right now are asinine. It just keeps going on and on and on, but it's mostly about none of it's like insert lie to try to justify. Like none of that justifies the abuse, the severe abuse that I went through. None of it. Or else you guys wouldn't be trying to like save face or call me crazy and things of that nature. It's really given just transparency and empathetic. But the only people who would try to ally with this again are the domestic abusers, the perverts, the pygmies, the incels, the men who are definitely used the wrong way to try to get power over a woman, one whose ego, men child, men children is ridiculous. Abusers period. Parasocial connections that are involuntary in one way. You know, I'm looking for genuine kind people, humanity. Like you don't have to be the best or like an all around saint, but it's just like that this isn't right. And not only that, it's like that this isn't right, but this isn't universally right. Like this really fucks us up all. The thing that had made the thing that had made this, the genuine isolated moment when this had made this um a universal situation was that it inspired other people to do this to others for a come up and scam. This wasn't like, oh, this wasn't like, a high school jock picking on Sabrina, the high school jock picking on the geek at school and occasionally. This was a thing that attracted a whole bunch of people, damn near the whole fucking school and student body in the faculty to target and harass one fucking student. And then when they got home or in their own little circle or their own family to do the same thing to anybody that embodied the same kind of personality or energy as the person that is at school. And not only that, but y'all did other fostering shit that was just really, fucked up in regards to, my life. Unjust, unfucking provoked because you were triggered by my entire being. And then you had to go ahead and try to distort my identity just so you could look like, I guess because you were very competitive. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm just looking at all this content on here and I was just seeing how silly it was. Me being so fucking supportive to your insecurities. No, not to being supportive of your insecurities, but being so supportive of you genuinely. And the whole entire time you were over here backstabbing me and wanting to actually kill me, take me out of this world. How can you call yourself a victim and try to make yourself, oh, they're calling me fat and oh my God. And it's like, because I want to wear my tits and stuff out. Do that. do fucking that. Like, bro, there should be really, I think on my Tumblr, like I had some moments where I have some people, really having, their tatas and things of that nature out. Where it's just like, yo, do that. I think I even have like some pasties because, I'm really all for that about liberation, especially in New York. What up in New York? You guys started liberating the boobs during a Pride Month. It was a very convenient time. I gotta say, it was a very convenient time, buddy. But yeah, it's it was just like how people wanted to have their lifestyles again. It was do no initial harm, but definitely take no shit. And you guys did the fucking most. It's crazy on how you guys are trying to make a movement out of an OnlyFans, of having had an OnlyFans or showing yourselves or being overweight. This, that, here, and the third that you guys wanted to be hypocritical about for me, even though I didn't have the OnlyFans, you guys created an OnlyFans on my behalf so that way you could get away with sex trafficking me. Nonetheless, it was just like for you guys to try to start a movement to victimize yourselves is insane and wild, considering that you've taken it upon yourselves to abuse me off of those same kind of things that you are now being judged for. Make it make the fuck sense, okay? Make it make the fuck sense. It's Friday, October 13th right now. My name is Shalise Mapp. I have been abused by literally all around the world, and I'm here for justice, immediate justice. And we're just gonna see how this goes because I look very forward to sharing some information with you and to seeing the people who have kept jabbing off at the mouth permanently stop. Okay? All right, good night.